We called a press conference today to announce some arrests that previously have been made over the weekend and earlier last week in reference to numerous residential burglaries which have been occurring over multiple counties here in southeast Alabama. We've got 2 individuals in custody so far, and we're looking for 2 other individuals that were part of this burglary ring. These burglaries were occurring in Houston County, Henry County, Dale County, Coffe, Crenshaw, and Pike counties. Executed a search warrant at a home in Quincy last Wednesday night and recovered numerous items of stolen property. It included jewelry, computers, other electronics, and flat screen TVs for the most part. It's the type of property that was recovered for these individuals taken in burglary. We really want to stress that these arrests were a result of cooperation between numerous agencies in the southeast Alabama area, and had a lot of hard, long hours put in by investigators with all these agencies to lead up to these arrests. Really don't know how many total burglaries that we've got right now that occurred over all these counties. We're still getting some reports coming in, still matching up some property to some reports in other counties also. But we would like to commend the Houston, Henry, Dale, and Geneva County Sheriff's offices, Dothan Police Department, Troy Police Department, Midland City Police Department, and the Slocum Police Department for their efforts in this investigation. And Pike County. Wanted to bring you the other, Sheriff Ward couldn't make it today. They're chasing some robbery suspects down there in Geneva County and down the edge of Florida, and invited Sheriff Ward to come. He couldn't make it today. But got Sheriff Olson from Dale County and Sheriff Maddox from Henry County here. And, all these agencies work very hard together in cooperation to lead up to these arrests here.
Sheriff, the 2 individuals you're looking for, have they been charged with any crimes yet, or are they wanted for questioning?
Warrants have been obtained on Gaucher as of today for burglary.
Burglary 3rd?
Yeah, burglary 3rd.
That's 1 charge so far?
1 charge so far, yes.
Okay. And how about the other individual?
He's still wanted for questioning at this point.
Okay.
So all these guys working together, I guess, just looking for those big ticket items, like you said, jewelry and televisions and stuff like that?
Yes.
Sheriff Maddox, y'all were working the burglary when the suspects were apprehended, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the first time we ever had that to happen. We were actually taking notes on property that had been stolen at the residence. We were at the Reynolds residence when Sheriff Olson called me and told me that they had some of the stolen merchandise they were looking at in a vehicle in Quincy. So that worked out real well.
Sheriff Olson, and the burglaries, the 3 agencies, Houston, Henry, and Dale, and Geneva, y'all been kind of crisscrossing and working each other's jurisdiction, haven't you? A lot.
Yeah. Some of our deputies have been in the edge of Dale and Henry County, because these burglars, a lot of, especially in these 3 counties, been operating right along the county lines. And so we had a lot of deputies out during the daytime and trying to catch these burglars and try to identify some suspects.
This was definitely a result of communication between all agencies. We work together for one common good, and that's to solve the crimes that are committed in our community. And they don't have boundaries, so as long as we work together, we won't have boundaries. So it worked out real well.
Do you think their ignorance and hopping around from county to county actually helped you guys to formulate, to come together, to...
And they would have caught them a lot sooner, right? I mean,
It definitely got us all working together and sharing information. That's what it takes.
But typically when we see burglary rings like this, sometimes they don't just cross county lines, but they cross state lines also. A lot of times when we have burglaries, especially in Houston County, we also have them in early Seminole County, Georgia, and also in Jackson County, Florida. So sometimes it's not just multi-county, it's multi-state.
About how long have these burglaries been going on?
August, because we had 10 in September in Henry County. So I expect they started around August, sometime in August.
Latter part of August, yeah. Then we had 13 burglaries in Houston County.
Over what period?
Over what period of time?
Since August, or?
They were around the 1st of September through the time we apprehended these individuals.
Okay. Now, do you feel like that the burglaries connected to these individuals are related to the burglaries in the Wicksburg area too? I understand there are several, obviously over in that area, in the Geneva area, and obviously said Sheriff Ward was going to be here, but are these all related to these suspects, or do you feel like there's a second group of suspects that you're still going to be looking for?
It's quite possible there's another group of suspects that are operating out there. Whether they're related to this particular group or not, we don't know at this time, but we do believe there are some more burglars operating.
Do you think the guys y'all took out in custody maybe could, at some point, might lead y'all to another group of people? I know you've said before that certain type of criminals hang out with burglars, hang out with burglars. Do you think maybe y'all could use that to your advantage? Or?
It's a good possibility.
Yeah, it always sometimes, they want to talk, but they don't want to talk it.
Is there, of these 4 individuals, is there a particular one you feel like is the leader that's coordinating these, or something like that, that's been, say, in charge of these suspects or something?
We probably not really not, answer that. Yeah.
Okay.
Until we get certain individuals to keep that to ourselves.
Do you have a total number of burglaries from August until now with all counties?
Not. I don't. At this time, we could probably get all that information up for you.
I think Houston County, we had around 13 burglaries. We have more burglaries than that, but we have 13 that we believe that these individuals are probably involved in Houston County that are tied to.
I was trying to figure out how to ask this as far as y'all answering, not share law enforcement tactics. As media, sometimes when we start getting hit with burglaries, we get calls about where are the patrol cars. In this operation, from being around and jointly, didn't y'all use a lot of unmarked, undercover officers out on the streets? So when people complain, I hadn't seen a patrol car, they were actually out there, they were just undercover officers.
We utilize undercover vehicles a lot. It allows you the opportunity to do surveillance without a lot of exposure with your law enforcement. I mean, if people see a marked unit, chances are you won't have a lot of activity in that area. But we do utilize undercover vehicles a lot.
And I know Chief Jones in Headland had some of his officers on their personal vehicles patrolling.
May not have anything to do with it all, but some helicopters flying around in relation. What kind of suspicious do they have seen?
There's land surveyors
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
It's not our.
Just want to make sure.
Another thing we'd like to remind the public, the best form of law enforcement is the public. And the public, if they give us information that we need, and that's a lot of times how we solve a lot of these crimes. Make sure that you're watching out for your neighbors. Report anything that you see that you don't think is right. Anything that's suspicious, don't hesitate to report it to law enforcement so we can check it out. And make sure that you mark your property in some way. Either write down your serial numbers or write some type of identifying mark or number or sequence of letters or something on your property, especially electronics and firearms, so that we can identify that property when we do catch someone with it.
Take nothing else, take a video camera and go through your home and video everything and where it's located. That way you can always go back and review it and see if anything's missing. But definitely document your belongings and serial numbers on your firearms and your electronics.
And we actually had a neighbor that saw the perpetrators on the front porch of a house that was burglarized and didn't call until it was too late. So don't be afraid to call. Whether there's anything to it or not, we don't care. We'll check it out. So don't be afraid to call.
We definitely would rather you call and let us find that there's nothing to it than to find that they were our suspects.